But just because you become a woman head of state doesn't mean it translates into women empowerment for the whole country. Because it's my first job, and because there's Dimple Kapadia on the set, and because there's Saif Ali Khan on the set, and because each and every actor on set had done way more acting jobs than I had to really push myself to not show my inexperience. I'll retain my essence of being a woman, and I can still do my job, and I will still be respected, and I will still be, adulated by people.
Hi, Shonali. Welcome on Bollywood Hungama.
Hi, thank you.
All right. Now, how important is Tandav for you? Because I was doing my research on you. I believe you were supposed to Zeher with Imran Hashmi. That did not materialize. Is Tandav that big moment for you that you have been waiting for many years now?
14 years to be precise.
Hmm.
I have waited for this. Initially, like you mentioned, Zaher didn't happen, and then I got into hosting, and to enter Bollywood was not easy.
Right.
It is a tough track, and then marriage happened, which was not the happiest of moments either, where my zest to kind of work and all also had to die down a bit, and then that ended, and then after that it's been amazing. I've just and Amazon has happened at that point of time in my life, and I'm feeling I'm now a woman, no longer a girl. I feel empowered. I feel like I have a bring it on attitude towards everything now, and I'm very excited about Tandav because it's just come at that right time when I needed it, and I've very patiently waited for this moment to come, and when it's come with a bang.
All right. Now, I'll tell you something honestly. What I felt about the promo. So when I saw that moment of yours when you look into that camera, it seemed like a very, very seasoned sort of moment. While I was researching about you, I realized that mostly there are these the moments of you as a host, and then that moment with Pooja Mishra that has, I
Yes,
think,
remind
got
me, please.
it has got captured in the history. Nora Fatehi has made it even more famous. Talking about this moment that I'm sure that you understand what I'm talking about in the promo of Tandav when you're looking to the camera and it's having that really seasoned sort of appeal to it. And somehow it gives me a feeling that you're having a substantial role in the film in the series as well. Now, where did that moment come from? Were you? It seemed like you'd been waiting for it for ages.
That's very sharp of you to notice that, but that's probably it. Um, it's a strong woman, and a lot of it. My role was such that I could relate to it through my personal life as well. The timing of it was such that I'm vulnerable, but very ambitious, and I'm gentle but very fierce at the same time. And that's exactly what I was feeling in my personal life, and that's exactly what when Ali asked me to be a part of the show, the brief I got was vulnerable and ambitious, and that's exactly where I was at that point in my life. So just like I said, the universe works in mysterious ways, and so for me to play, I was pretty much a lot of it was playing myself. And I was trying to, even in the show somewhere, I'm trying to fit in because I was an ex Air Force, fighter pilot fighter jet pilot, and I've left that and enter the world of politics, which is a man's world. And the women are silent warriors in the show. So it was a lot of coming from insecurity and coming from, a little bit of vulnerability and low self-esteem, and then coming and entering into this big bad world of politics and then trying to fit in over there and rediscovering yourself there. So a lot of it I could relate to my personal life as well, which was it just turned out. And so sweet of you and so nice of you to do this research and figure out that it's been that long for me to enter acting. And yes, because it's my first job, and because there's Dimple Kapadia on the set, and because there's Saif Ali Khan on the set, and because each and every actor on set had done way more acting jobs than I had to really push myself to not show my inexperience and come in as if I'm seasoned. And I was a sponge on the show because I realized I can learn a lot, and the opportunity I have to sit on one spot on one chair and look at every actor around me and absorb from them and learn the best from them. That's the opportunity I got, Also working with Ali, who's a very clear-thinking director, gave me a lot of insights into this. And thanks to this overexposure of actors I've had, a beautiful overexposure of actors I've had, I've actually had, I was there. I mean, it was very easy to jump into veteran mode. And I had to, I didn't have a choice. I can't look like an amateur in front of them. I can't let the team down. So it was a crash course of what I had missed the last 14 years. I had to do that on my first go on my first scene itself. So it was a bit nerve wracking initially. But I like challenges like that, and I just said, bring it on, baby. Let's do this.
That's a good way of looking at it. You know, you've mentioned about the personal element a few times of late. Would you want to share some moments that why you feel that whatever you experience in your personal space and how it impacted you and how it emboldened you to just get on with your professional life with a zest that maybe was not seen before?
It's just a period in life sometimes you go through when you just feel very stuck, and there is a certain amount of unhappiness that comes and prevails over you, and then you just can't get out of a situation, and you want to, but you just can't, and then it takes you a while to get yourself together to get out of it. And that is a learning I had to learn. I had to learn a few lessons in life too, and those I've learned those lessons and beautifully learned those lessons. I'm very proud of the way I've learned my lessons in life. And that's where I saw the transition from a girl to a woman, and that's where I saw the transition from someone who is a little lost in the woods to someone who is very confident and very secure and very comfortable in her own skin, and the kind of empowerment and strength I have absorbed and discovered about myself in this after my post my marriage ending has been phenomenal, and I love who I've become. And the moment that discovery happened, I'm getting roles and offers as an actor, which I had never got earlier because I was always so living in fear earlier. Because of a lot of many facts. That's too deep a discussion to get into, but I want to skim through it. But yeah, I mean, I think as an actor, you need to have a lot of self-love and a lot of self-belief, and that's something I'm beaming with nowadays. And the more I'm beaming with that, the more I'm receiving. So it's to put in one line. So yeah, all these lessons I've learned personally are really coming on. Even as an actor, I'm able to pull out so many stories from my personal life and throw them into my scene with so much conviction because I've experienced so much. So all these personal stories I've had, I'm able to use them and maximize them. And how these stories have empowered me have really helped me as an actor as well.
You just said that politics is a man's world. You know, interestingly, in the subcontinent, we've had so many strong female politicians, be it Benazir Bhutto, Sheikh Hasina, be it Aung San Suu Kyi, Indira Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi in the recent times in India as well. Now, Dimple Kapadia is playing a strong politician as well. So far, America hasn't had a female president, vice president is there, and I hope that she shines. So, interestingly, the subcontinent has had several strong women as far as politicians are concerned, even in terms of as chief ministers as well.
True. I mean, that's a fact you're stating. I can't argue that fact. But what I also have seen is just because you have a female prime minister or head of state or president doesn't mean that's translated into women empowerment all over the country. But a lot of time I've seen women leaders become men to fit into a man's world to first gain the respect of men and their peers. So first their job becomes, how do I gain respect of my cabinet? How do I gain respect of the men who are of the opposition, of the men who are powerful men around me? So they lose their essence of being a woman. They lose their femininity. They lose they lose a lot about being a woman to fit in. And a lot of the effort and attention has gone into doing that. And why I like Tandav is because all the women in this show embody femininity, and they don't want to necessarily become men in order to fit in the man's world. And they all play a different game from the men. Their strategies are different. They play a more silent game from behind. Men are all loud and loud about it. The women are silently making their moves and doing it. And at the same, so why I like the role of my role as well, Aditi Mishra, is because I am in my pastel colored saris and floral saris, and I'm playing. I'm in a man's world. I'm not losing my femininity to fit in. I'm owning it. Why should a
Wow.
woman become a man to fit in? So, coming to your facts, basically, I mean, a lot of heads of state have been women, but a lot of them have lost their essence of being a woman. I'm not taking names at all. I'm not saying all of them have. Many haven't. Some have. But just because you become a woman head of state doesn't mean it becomes, at least it translates into women empowerment for the whole country. But this show in Tandav, the women are just silent warriors, and they're very fierce and ambitious. But the modus operandi is very different from men. And the number one thing that I mean, I didn't want to be a minister where I to become a man, talk like a man, or become crude like you know what I'm saying. I retain my essence of being a woman, and I can still do my job, and I will still be respected, and I will still be adulated by people, and my peers will still respect me, not because I become a man like them, but because I become crude and shrewd like them, but because I still have every ounce and iota of whatever I need to become a successful leader.
Interestingly, Indira Gandhi was addressed as the only man in her cabinet, which once again you're having the reference of a man to address a
Yeah, you
lady.
don't have to cut your hair short. You don't have to wear the ugly sarees. You can still, just own being a woman. Own it. Own it. Don't lose it. But the generation was different. The time was different. Someone like her has paved the path for people like us, for women like us who can now say, let's still be women. And this is not just politics. This is even every corporate CFO or CEO you see in any company. If a woman's in that world, she changes herself.
Absolutely.
Why?
Okay, right. Dimple Kapadia is looking extremely feminine, and it's very interesting the way she's looking. How was the experience of working with Dimple Kapadia?
She's a force to reckon with. My first scene was with her, or after her rather, and she went on stage and she held herself like a queen, and she wore her glasses, she took her time, she adjusted her pallu, she walked a bit, went to the podium, looked towards her left, looked towards her right, and then she's looking around, took her pause, took her time, owning it. She owned that moment. And then she delivered her lines flawlessly. Now, at that point, I was hoping that I am not called after her to deliver because it's going to be a tough one to match her. And sure enough, Ali said, Shonali, you're next. I come on the stage and I'm looking at Dimple ma'am in front of me, and I'm looking at Saif Ali Khan looking at me, and I have to deliver my lines. And that was my first scene. I just learned so much from her. And that one scene she did, I said, this, and I mean, 60 films, 70 films. I mean, she's been acting for 40 years. My first break. It is nerve wracking, but I said, this is my opportunity to learn from someone like her. And she's a queen even off screen. She owns herself, she owns it.
Yeah.
That's what you have to embody as an actor. You can't just, it's not always easy to switch on and off like that. If you're playing a powerful woman, you have to feel the power from within, and she does that, and she does it so well. She feels she's a powerful, she's a queen, like I keep saying. Working with her was a phenomenal experience because she's straight up. She's not afraid of who she is. She not doesn't have any masks on. She's a very fierce woman, and she owns it. And as a woman, I have nothing but absolute respect and admiration for someone like her who lives lives on her own terms, on screen and off screen. And I full marks to her. And I mean, I can't. I've only inspired me during the whole show.
All right. Now, tell us something about Gaurav Solanki's writing, because I think that is something which is extremely important. How was the experience of collaborating with Gaurav and Ali Abbas Zafar, the director, as well as with a very fine writer himself?
It's a dream team, yeah. What do I say? I mean, each one is so talented, and each one is so self-assured, and each one is so self-aware. Each one is so clear in their thinking. And I keep saying clarity of thought and decision making is the best gift a human being can have, because how much effort and time we lose in being indecisive. And here comes a team where they cut. They know what they want. They know how it has to be done. And the whole team is so over prepared and so efficient right from the writing. So clearly, each line is, there are no extra words used in the writing. There's no extra wastage of time. There's no, everything is clear, clean, cut, which makes it so easy for us as actors to just bring that script to life. So I think Gaurav has a strong political style of writing, and Ali probably adds the commercialness to it. So it's a great match. It's a match made in heaven because they're both adding their own bits to it, and the script writing is solid. It's not fluffy. It's not glossy. It's solid writing. There are a lot of lines you hear in the trailer which are, even starting from Ab Hoga Tandav, even something as simple as that is very impactful. So it's 3 words, but it's so bloody impactful. So that is, I mean, it's just a great team, and everyone's just come in such harmony, and this is work. It just worked like magic. Just flowing. It just everything was flowing effortlessly in this show, and I do feel if you're off the screen, things are flowing effortlessly. It will translate on the screen as well. It will show as magic on screen as well, because everyone is just doing their job.
Okay, in real life, how politically aware are you?
I love foreign affairs. I've done history honors from LSR in Delhi, so I like history. Regional politics, domestic politics, recently since the pandemic has started, because there hasn't been much to talk about either. One has kind of slowly withdrawn from it. Do I enjoy the game politics plays? Do I enjoy the why is this person doing this, and why? What is the agenda? If everything is an agenda in politics, do I enjoy understanding the agenda behind everything in politics? Hell yeah. Am I enthralled? Am I neck deep into it? And I mean, no, I'm not. Do I enjoy it? Yes.